How you doing? It's Coach Quinn Gray giving you a call for FAMU football. I'm calling you about your season tickets, man. We need you to be all in and restore the strike.
Okay, I still got mine.
You know what all in, that in and all in means now. So just make sure you take care of them season tickets now. Do yours again. How many can we put you down for? 5, 6? You got your season tickets renewed yet? I'm giving you a call for your season tickets to renew if you haven't already. 576.
Hang up or press pound for more
That's
options.
tough. This is my free labor for the week. Awesome. So you're on schedule to make sure that you're in the place in Bragg Stadium this season then.
Welcome to another edition of Strike Season Podcast. Myself, Lord Jamal, Doc Holiday. We got Keith in the background, doing some producer job today. Hey, I want to say, first off, Kenneth, thank you for showing up to the show early. Appreciate you. Little baby, thank you for showing up to the show. Man, look, again, get your season tickets, man. Get your season tickets. And then when you get your season tickets, donate to Fang Exchange. Donate to Rattlers in Arms. Donate to the Rattler Boosters. Every little bit helps. And if you want to brag different, you got to act like it.
Man,
What's going on,
what the weather looking like out there, Troy? Because I know it's a Big Bertha done formed in the Gulf.
Shit, it was hell when I was driving out of the Panhandle yesterday heading to Jacksonville.
Mm.
It was
So
I don't know. My sister hadn't called yelling, so I guess it ain't that bad on our end.
We got to check on Danny because it's supposed to clip New Orleans sometime this week.
Yep.
It's gonna hit New Orleans, and I think what parts of Alabama. It's gonna be a tropical storm and then turn to a depression. So
probably that Pascagoula area.
Yeah, then it's gonna turn. It's gonna keep going straight on the coastline, and then it's gonna turn up in outside of Beaumont and Port Arthur. Turn up.
Little baby, where you at, man?
That little baby, tell us.
Oh, okay. So, I've been trying to get the Legacy Series started for a while, and I really did want to start with an interview. Again, when it comes to the season Rattlers, they're very particular. So I reached out, and if at any point in time we do get an actual interview, I'll make sure that we notate the thumbnail that it is a live interview. But in the meantime, we will do player profiles because we never truly appreciate our greats until they leave. And I kind of want to appreciate our greats while they're here. So I'm definitely doing a Tony Ezell profile, but I am trying to reach out to Tony Ezell like I did Mr. Lawrence. So that is what the Legacy Series is. And later on, we'll get to other schools. But because I was kind of indoctrinated into FAMU football, I'm starting with FAMU football. And the one that I wanted to start with is Mr. Henry Lawrence. And the reason that I wanted to start Mr. Henry Lawrence was because I was on a show and Mr. Ford, who comes on Doc's show, had said somebody need to raise hell about Mr. Henry Lawrence not being in the Hall of Fame.
Mm.
And again, because of when I both watched FAMU football and when I was a janitor at FAMU, I didn't catch the reference, so I got to go look. And like I like to look up stuff because history is one of the things that I love about FAMU history is the players, the stories. So it is a little troubling that he's not in the Hall of Fame. And I'll tell you why it's trouble, right? Mr. Henry Lawrence, FAMU great, first round draft pick in the NFL draft. 19th overall to the Oakland Raiders. Now, when he went to the Oakland Raiders, at that time, there were 2-3 main teams: Pittsburgh Steelers, Oakland Raiders, the Houston Oilers. I think I said the Pittsburgh Steelers and Miami Dolphins. So those franchises was great, but when you talk about those Raider great franchises or those great Raider teams, you always talk about the skill position, the quarterbacks, the running backs. we don't necessarily talk about the big uglies. And I'm gonna be fair. Mr. Henry Lawrence ain't a typical big ugly. Mr. Lawrence can sing. Mr. Lawrence probably had a bunch of women chasing behind him because you seen his picture. He didn't look like no regular big ugly. He looked like one of them FAMU dudes from back in the day. So when we see all of this and we see the history, 148 games started out of 187 games. And this is in a time when rookies didn't just start off bad. And it took him a couple years. And when Mr. Rote, it took him a couple years, but when he got in the game, it was a wrap. 14, 16. Those games, man, those games was something else. Hey, Mr. Joel Banks, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's what we're here for. That's definitely what we're here for. But one of the things, again, when you look at his career, 2-time All-Pro, not Pro Bowl, All-Pro. That's very different. Pro Bowl is you know,
went to the Pro Bowl 2 times, and then he was second team All-American in 1973 and first team Little All-American in 1973. And out of the 187 games he played in the NFL, the man started 148. That is, and the main thing is he won 3 Super Bowls with the Raiders.
I was just about to say that.
The main thing, he won 3 Super Bowls.
3 Super Bowls with the Raiders.
He won with Tom Flores as a head coach, who's a head coach, and he won one Super Bowl 11. Was that
Mike? I believe he did.
Was that John Madden?
Or
John Madden was already gone.
John Madden. Oh no, he went the first one with John Madden. The second one
he was
Flores.
gone.
With Tom Flores, okay.
So and then you look at them Flores teams, it's Hall of Famers all over the place. But who was blocking for him?
Right. I mean, I agree with what Penalty Talk saying. That's when Pro Bowls meant something. Like, if you were a Pro Bowler, that carried weight. I wish I understood the disconnect between Pro Bowl, the settlement around the Pro Bowl now. But if a Pro Bowler, 3-time Super Bowl champ, man, that meant something. I don't know if Coach Gray is tracking, but we might need to get him in front of those guys he got on the team now. I mean, that's added motivation.
I mean, when you talk about Pro Bowl, when you talk about Pro Bowl, man, back in the day in the 90s and even in the early 2000s before they started saying we're not gonna come, and then they switched it up. The Pro Bowl is before the Super Bowl instead of being after the Super Bowl. It was competitive. The Pro Bowls were competitive. Ain't no way in the world. The one Pro Bowl I'm going to mention is when Sean Taylor knocked the dog doodle out of Brian Moorman on a fake punt. We don't have it don't get like that no more. And then the festivities for the Pro Bowl, like what they used to do, the world's strongest man, the fat, you know what I'm saying, NFL's fastest man, I understood the beach volleyball, or what was it, the beach football game, because of what happened with Robert Edwards when he, broke his leg and stuff like that. They stopped that. But at the same time, when you got stuff like that, like that meant something. Like I love when I love when Larry Allen was kicking everybody ass as the world's strongest man, bench pressing and everything.
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna bring it back to Mr. Lawrence, and this is why I'm gonna bring it back to Mr. Lawrence. 74 to the time he retired, he had only 20 penalties. 20. Why he not in the Hall of Fame? Better question is, why isn't more people raising hell about him not being in the Hall of Fame?
That's called perfect discipline and fundamentals. I honestly I'm trying to find the right way to say this, and I don't have one, so I'm gonna just say it. For some reason, I don't think a lot of NFL guys hold the past generations in high regard like you see in other professional sports.
Yeah, we did not. So hold on a second. EA, we did not. I reached out. We didn't get a response back, but we're gonna leave it open. So if he decides to come on the show, we're definitely gonna interview him. But I want to do this player profile because it's important. There's absolutely no reason that he's not in the Hall of Fame. 148 starts, 20 penalties, 2 All-Pros, 3 Super Bowls. What are we doing?
I mean, but that's the same thing with Mr. Ford. Well, man, Mr. Ford always talked to me. He's like he said, FAMU, he said it last night, FAMU need to raise hell about putting him in the Hall of Fame. He also said that we at Jackson State need to raise hell about putting Harold Jackson in the Hall of Fame and putting Jimmy Smith in the Hall of Fame. Like, it's a lot of dudes that's out there that's, you know what I'm saying, that made a name for themselves back in the days in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, even in the 90s. That's not in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if it's the bias or something like that, but when you got Luke Kuechly in the Hall of Fame, he only played 8 years. I mean, because of he retired because of ongoing injuries. But I mean, I'm not taking away from his play because he was a great, he was a great player at the current time, at that time. But you still got dudes, like I said, a Harold Jackson, where he got over 10,000 receiving yards and over 50 touchdowns receiving, and he's not in the Hall of Fame. You, like you said, you got Mr. Lawrence that's not in the Hall of Fame that got 3 Super Bowls. You got countless other players from HBCUs that have contributed to the NFL and even the AFL, and the predecessors to those leagues right there, they are not in the Hall of Fame. So I mean, you look at it with basketball, and I understand basketball is not the NBA Hall of Fame because it's the Naismith Hall of Fame with basketball, but you got a lot of people in basketball where they said that this person shouldn't even made it, but what you gotta go back and see what they look at what they did.
And again, it's a first round draft pick. That means the NFL deemed his talent worthy to be an elite player in that league. He then plays a long career. I keep saying Pro Bowl. All pros. Retires with 3 Super Bowls. And by the way, the thumbnail says 2 because all of the images that I found, he shows off 2 Super Bowls. So I don't want to just put that 3rd Super Bowl up without talking to him about what the reason is behind it. So again, it is no reason he's not in the NFL Hall of Fame, while you have other people who are getting participation trophies to get to the Hall of Fame. So,
so the second portion of it is who on the Hall of Fame committee can vouch, right? So I just pulled the Hall of Fame committee to see who is on the Hall of Fame committee that was active when he played, because apparently most of the NFL, a lot of what am I trying to say? Peer recognition carries a lot of weight with the NFL Hall of Fame, right? Not necessarily body of work, but body of work and peer recognition. So James Lofton, Tony Dungy, Bill Paloin, and Dan Flout all played around the same time he played in there on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Here's another person that should be in the Hall of Fame too. Why Leslie Frazier not in the Hall of Fame? I mean,
I thought he was in.
Leslie Frazier's not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh shit!
Like, I mean, you talking about a man? You talking about a man who blocked for one of the greatest running backs of all time in Marcus Allen.
I mean, I think we are at the same point where his family, he's gonna have to advocate for himself. We are gonna have to advocate on his behalf, and any of his peers are gonna advocate for him because we can't. Apparently, you can't just sit back and rest on the work that you did. You have to be loud and thump your chest, or you don't get the recognition.
But the thing about with the Football Hall of Fame, with the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and like what you see with like baseball, the Baseball Hall of Fame, right? The Baseball Hall of Fame, the writers vote. You know, the writers vote on it. And the writers have a lot of bias. That's the reason why you're not going to see no Mark McGuire or no Sammy Sosa or no Barry Bonds or any other person that played in that steroid era getting the Hall of Fame. But you can make a case, like you said, you can make your case for certain players in the NFL.
So so that's one of the things, and Mike T brought it up. That senior committee, I'm looking at them sideways, but not to worry. See, the one thing that Troy do is Troy pick up the phone and make phone calls. And when I start making phone calls, I don't like to stop until somebody give me an answer. So believe you me, somebody gonna be able to explain to me by the end of this week why his name hasn't come up with the senior committee and why we haven't at least seen him up for a vote.
Or how about this? How about this, Troy? Why Nate Newton not in the Hall of Fame?
Well, right now we focused on Mr. Lawrence, so we'll.
I know you talking about Mr. Lawrence, but I'm just saying as far as for FAMU great. Why Big Nate ain't in the Hall of Fame?
So, but I'll just say this. There is a lot of Al Davis hate that has lasted a long time. A very long time. And some of the Raider greats have suffered for that Al Davis hate. I'm going to say this and we're going to go to commercial. It seemed mighty funny that it's a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers in the Hall of Fame, but there's an immaculate reception that really touched the ground. And if we're going to talk about Maradona, we're definitely going to talk about that immaculate conception. We're going to be right back, man. When we come back, we're going to talk a couple other things.
Oh, my God.
This is your invitation to the moment. The Divine Nine, the bands, the parties, the performances, creating memories with your people. So pull up to the 2026 Orange Blossom Classic. It just hits different. Labor Day weekend, Miami Gardens, Florida. It's the culture, the connection, the pride. One weekend, one experience, one big community. Get your tickets now at orangeblossomclassic.com.
Listen, welcome back. We had MEAC Media Day. And before we get to the meat of MEAC Media Day, it's always...
Where did they have that at? Was it in a ballroom or something?
It was at M&T Bank Stadium, I guess in one of the suites.
Hey, get me at Mike on the show so I can say what I got to say to him. But I'm sick of him and his talk about Sweat Media Day. Meanwhile, they got 4
It,
football teams over there,
that was terrible.
and nobody
I
look like they want to be there.
well, so the HBCU girlies. The first thing before it even started, they wanted to know what the brothers looked like. So Deshaun Jackson, he had on a suit.
This year.
That man had on that Obama suit.
I mean,
Shout
hey,
out,
but that I guess that means he listened to criticism because when that last year he did not have on one, so he got better.
shout out to HBCU Nightly's Dia. She did an interview with Deshaun Jackson and brought out personality, and that's what we need from Media Day. We want to see the coach's personality. So shout out to her. The MEAC got a new media rights deal through 2031. Now, nobody knows the numbers. We don't know the numbers. So until some institution files their financials and we can extrapolate, you got to look at the conference distributions and then kind of extrapolate it from there. So until we see that, and it won't be this year and it won't be next, it's probably going to take a couple years. Then we'll be able to go, okay, well, maybe the media rights deal is this, but we got to see their financials first in a couple of years. But do they have any other media partners other than HBCU Go?
I don't think they do. I mean, they don't have a self-contained network like we do. So they kind of at the mercy of who wants to put them on TV. And I'm not saying that to be malicious.
So, but yeah, and ESPN, they gave the whole, the MEAC now has its own network.
Oh, wait. Well, I missed that announcement.
Now.
Oh, today, look at them being late to the party.
I don't mean to cause no confusion, but that's a good thing. But it's time, since Morehouse is already out here saying that we can hang with the D1 boys. Morehouse, put your money up. It's $5 million to go D1. Put your money up.
And we don't need no more Tigers in the sweat.
I would assume I would assume they would go to the MEAC.
No, I'm saying that, but it's a joke, right? That's the only state we don't have a team in when you talk about the immediate South. So we kind of really do, as a conference, need to get into that Georgia area.
Yeah, get that
but
ATL.
We don't need no more damn Tigers.
But it wouldn't make sense for them to go to the MEAC though.
It would not.
They would have the same travel issues that FAM and Bethune had.
No, you know what? Their saving grace would be the airport. They got a better airport than we got down here.
Yeah, but how many?
I mean, but
how are you flying a football team though? Because it would have to be on charter. Like it's just logistically it's expensive as hell.
I mean, the closest they could take a little bus trip to Orangeburg. That's not as far from Atlanta to Orangeburg, South Carolina, but they will have to, if they gonna be in it, they'll fly to Delaware. And
you got
everybody
Delaware,
got to fly to Delaware.
got Howard, you got like everything
Norfolk
up
State.
north, Norfolk, Virginia. Like you gotta go northward.
Yeah.
I mean, what South Carolina State is really the only school that's
is
down
within
here in
their
the
range.
South.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all.
No.
I derailed us, but let me get to a couple key things. We're gonna look at the MEAC deal, and then we're gonna come back and look at the SWAC deal. So one of the key things with the MEAC deal is they're offering more than 100 live events annually, regular season competition, and live coverage of MEAC championships. I'm assuming they mean basketball, so on. Live programming and then original content from across MEAC campuses. Couple things.
Is this the
I'm sorry.
ESPN deal?
No, that's the MEAC.
MEAC got a network now, mama.
That's the MEAC network.
Oh, okay.
So there aren't any details on the number of events that ESPN is broadcasting. If I read that right, there's not any number, right? However, the SWAC limited the MEAC limited ESPN to 10 games. Hold on, let me grab this.
I mean, but because that doesn't upset me, right? Because we have all seen where they'll grab all of our good games, just to slap them on ESPN Plus, and then charge us $5 more a month for ESPN Plus.
But it's good that the MEAC have their own network. My question is, the SWAC has the bulk of the inventory. Will the MEAC have the bulk of their inventory?
The
But
MEAC got 6 schools that play football. They have no baseball. They don't have the inventory that the SWAC has to even to boast of that.
Yeah.
They don't. Again, I'm not being funny. That's just the truth.
Shout out to the MEAC for launching their own network, though. Shout out to them for that.
Well, relaunch. It was there before, and they kind of lost it because when you only got 6 schools playing one sport and no schools playing the other sport, a few other sports, you kind of got to figure out how to maneuver.
Well, we all right. We're gonna get to this preseason stuff. I want everybody to understand I did not start this, but I got questions. Right? Preseason
but you didn't start it, but me and Marlo and Jamal will definitely finish it for you.
Yeah, buddy.
The preseason offensive player of the year is Chance Peterson, wide receiver from North Carolina Central. Preseason defensive player of the year is Jordan Franklin out of South Carolina State. First team offense, Josh Jones, quarterback, North Carolina Central. Stop. Did he play last year?
Unless it was a blowout game, I don't think
he played.
So,
so they either they petty as hell or they know something we don't know.
Listen. All right. So, who are the returning quarterbacks for the MEAC? Did the MEAC lose all of their returning quarterbacks? And it's only 6 of them.
No, they didn't.
Ja'Shawn Scroggins for Howard, he returns. He was a starter last year. I know Morgan had a quarterback that started last year. I don't know if he transferred or what.
Tyreek Stark will be back. Reginald Johnson will be back. Eric Phoenix is supposed to be back. Delaware State don't. He's gone.
Yeah,
all right, so you got 2 quarterbacks coming back, and everybody else is scrambling.
Right, they don't do they awards, preseason awards by the year before.
I mean, I guess when everybody gone, you kind of gotta pick the next best thing.
And I know Luke said something last night that reason why Ethan James didn't get picked as preseason player of the year for the offense was because he didn't play last year because he was injured.
But
But
neither did this dude really either, though.
But that's the thing. But see, here's the thing, though. For you to pick him as your offensive player of the year for the in the preseason, I mean, you go by his, you going by his stats. I mean, he had good stats last season, but at the same time, who's going to throw him the football?
I mean, fair. So again, either they're being extremely petty, or they was like, well, fuck, ain't nobody else there to pick. Let's pick him. Or they know something we don't know. I'm gonna go with what I said. There's somebody being petty. And even when you look at how they rank the standings for where the team's gonna finish, I'm like, I know y'all hate each other. Ain't no way in hell y'all was happy.
We need to have public announcements of who doing these votes.
No, because then everybody don't. No, don't do it public.
I think it's what it was, coaches and SID, basically.
So somebody looked at last year's season and said, you know what? Norfolk State could win the MEAC.
Again, that was the pettiness talking. That was the pettiness talking, and it might be loosely based around that the South Carolina State quarterback didn't come back.
Both of them didn't come back.
Well, there you have it. I didn't realize both of them didn't come back.
But they're slated to pick them as number one in the conference.
North Carolina Central got the same number of first place votes as Norfolk State.
One.
They had to have a big roster turnover.
Watching the stream from BCSN, most of the coaches were averaging like 40 to 60 players replacing this year. So it's going to be a crapshoot. I'm not denying that. But at that point, if it's going to be a crapshoot, we're going to go to coaching staffs. And you mean to tell me that the coaching staff that just came to Howard is worse than what we saw on reality TV all last season? That's what y'all trying to tell me.
I mean, I don't foresee that current coaching staff out coaching Channis, but that's just me.
But here's the thing, though, man. Ted White is coming in as his first year as a head coach of his alma mater, and everybody else has been in the MEAC at least 1 year.
Everybody failed miserably and publicly as much as Norfolk State. That was a dismal performance, and then it was regurgitated on reality TV for us to all digest. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't that we had one look at the football program. We had two looks at the football program. And now we're giving Vic the benefit of the doubt again into his second year when Deshaun Jackson came in and hit the ground running. And we didn't expect it.
But see, Deshaun Jackson even said that when he came in, he was coaching on the fly. He was still learning how to be a head football coach. Because remember, he came from high school. At least he had, like we said this last year, he got some sort of coaching acumen because he coached on the high school level. But it's different when you coming from the high school to an actual college program. Michael Vick wasn't doing shit last year. I mean, the year before he became a head coach. They asked him to come over there because they needed a joke. Like they needed that spark to get them going. I mean, it's either you gonna win us football games or you gonna help us sell out this stadium at home?
Well,
I mean, they did that. I mean, they did that for most part of last year. They got a pretty good crowd last year for home games. But now you in year 2. You got to win me football games, or them saxophones gonna be playing real loud by November. If you ain't got number 1 or 2 wins under your belt.
are they? Because it ain't no way. Well, you know what? For the fans portion, yeah, fans gonna be upset. But I refuse to believe that ADs are hiring coaches with 0 experience and then expecting full turnarounds by year 2. Ain't no way in the hell. You're not gonna begin to resemble anything until year 3.
You know what? I agree with you, but outside of Michael Vick being the pretty boy in the MEAC, what has he done to
He
be
just got
overpowered?
here though.
But what has he done to be overpowered? That's what I'm saying. We're talking about
Experience. He got a year's worth of experience.
That's all.
Man.
That's it, and that's all. I mean, we talking about the MEAC. We're talking about the man that's running the show in the MEAC is 10-0. That man has not lost any games since he became a head coach in the conference. This man only lost. How many games he lost last year? 2.
Who?
Kenneth Berry. I think he lost 2 games last year.
Hold on, let me check. I believe it was 2.
He lost 3. He lost 2 games the year before. And then you got to turn around when he was at Benedict in the last 2 years. He only lost 1 game combined.
Yeah, he is on.
They lost 3 games. They lost 3 games last year.
Okay, they lost 3 games last year. They lost 2 games the year before. And then when he was at Benedict, that man only lost 1 game combined. Them 2 years combined at Benedict.
Well, in regular season?
In regular season.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, no, he lost more than 2 games. But yeah,
no, he lost to the playoffs, but I'm saying in the regular season.
He is on a Billy Joe Light type run. I give him that. I said like, but you're right.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Right.
Thank you.
You're right. Listen, I was at the Celebration Bowl that they lost, so you're right. But my point is, he has been on a run. But you have 2 elder statesmen in the conference. And one of the elder statesmen, you're trying to tell me that one person or 2 people, there is a first place vote for Trey Oliver and a first place vote for Michael Vick. They not even in the same stratosphere as far as resume and successful coaching. Somebody got to get their credentials pulled for putting that 1 vote against Norfolk State.
I mean, you can't vote for yourself, I don't think. So, which, I mean, that's insane. Because I'm definitely voting for myself.
Yeah, this is wild. But I do, like I said, I do want to get to a couple other things on this all conference team. And I said it on Doc's show, and I'm gonna say it again here. Morgan State, you on the clock.
Morgan State got a litter of players on their first and second team all conference for preseason. And if he cannot get it done in this year,
he's not getting fired. They just let him go.
They're not gonna renew the contract. They're gonna let it ride out. But that is definitely gonna happen because they gonna get beat again.
Because guess what? There is a coach. We talked about this yesterday. There's a coach sitting in Charlotte, North Carolina, on the Division II level, ready to come up. There's another coach over there in Petersburg, Virginia, that's ready to come up. You got one in Richmond, Virginia, that's ready to come up. You got a coach that's sitting at home in Atlanta, Georgia, that's looking for a job.
Man, if you don't quit playing on these people's internet, it is a man in Jacksonville that has no business being D2. At some point, we got to forgive and move on. At some point, we got to forgive and move on. And I have seen him beat a D1 team at little old that school in Daytona. If y'all
Man, I don't know. These ADs and they have made bad hiring decisions across both divisions. So if they don't bring him back, let's hope that they do. Because I mean, Teddy at Morgan State would do numbers.
And another thing, Morgan and Delaware State, y'all got to get more than 700 people to y'all football games. Y'all coach doing too much. 700 people? Man, y'all got to do more, man.
I think with Delaware State, the number of people that started coming to going to the game went up once they figured out, once they started winning. I mean, because you got to understand, you like I said, he's coming into his first year. You don't know what that man gonna do. You didn't know what he was gonna do in his first year, and he went 8-4 in his first year as a Division I head coach.
Well, listen. I
mean, shoot, that's the same thing with Prairie View. They got 700 people in the stands. They got a 15,000 seat stadium.
You just couldn't help but take that shot at PV.
He could not.
I'm gonna keep taking it. I'm gonna keep taking it.
Just let that thing go for no reason. Well, my understanding is, unlike some of these upper crust schools in the Middle East, Northeast, at least the tailgate at PV be on fight. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm saying.
You ain't making that no better.
Hey, listen, man, it is what it is. But we're gonna take another quick commercial break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about some statements that some coaches have made.
And we're gonna talk about ESPN and they dumbass.
Scroll up to the top in the chat and
in the group chat.
Yeah. On the app we currently on. And
okay.
But yeah, we'll be right back.
Have you had a chance to renew your season ticket yet?
Well, your support means a great deal to us.
No pressure, but we would love to have you renew them.
Or if you want to call the box office, it's 850-599-3141.
Thank you again for supporting FAMU football. Go Rattlers.
Another ticket sold.
Speaking of seasons, we in season 2030, we're gonna have a new deal with ESPN.
You say in the season of 2030?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not quite sure what you're referencing, but ESPN is one of our corporate partners, our television partners, and we're going to continue to work with ESPN the same way that we're going to continue to work with HBCU Go. Our goal is to have every SWAC game, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, tennis, golf, on some form of national TV. And we're going to continue to work with our TV partners to ensure that we can deliver that promise to our fans so they can see us on all of these platforms.
I maintain my stance. Marlo got that man up in front of that camera before the deal was supposed to be announced and tried to get a scoop in front of all them people. I see you. I see what you was doing.
That's the point, though. You hear it first.
It was after 12.
It was after 12.
We said
you seen the good doctor look on his face. You seen the look on his face.
He might have not knew what time it was, but it was after 12.
I don't think he knew what time it was, so he was still trying to save face.
Oh man. So some other news from the Pick a Blue Panthers, Jaguars. I'm sorry. Oh,
The polka dotted Panthers.
And them Black Air Force One.
Yep.
Marshall Falk made a proclamation that the NFL isn't the next level for HBCU players, that the next level is probably, group of 5 FBS P4 level in a vacuum. In a vacuum. I can agree with him, but it's his first day on the job, right? And if we're being transparent, we had a SWAT coach on this channel during basketball season come on and say, I prepare my kids for the next level. Whether that next level be Group of 5, P4, overseas, NBA, I'm preparing them for the next level. See how that was done? Falk took a straight shot at FBS. And I get it. That is, and we talked about it, that's a recruiting tool that he can use for players that want to get the bag. Hey, if I go here, coach gonna coach me up to where that I can go to another school and get $200,000-$300,000. And let's be clear, because we've been doing a lot of talking about, that ain't no money. $200,000 can get you a decent house. Another 50 can get you a really good house. 400,000, you got a mansion in Florida. So let's not play by that. And again, there was the quote, again, is being pulled apart, dissected. But I think, again, what he's saying is not wrong. You are preparing your players for the next level. But I think what he needs to say is, we may have kids that go to the NFL that may end up on practice squads, but immediately we know we can get them to an FBS squad. If he had said it like that, it wouldn't have been that much pushback. You definitely wouldn't rile up these seasoned HBCU alumni. Because let me tell you something. You want to piss off some people? Make these people think that in this changing landscape, that HBCUs ain't important. You about to have some angry alumni on your hands.
I mean, I told you how I felt about it earlier, and I think it's ironic that we having this conversation now after we just ran a longer list of guys that went to the NFL from HBCUs and deserve Hall of Fame spots. I'm going to always be kid, get your bag, but also kid, what is long term goal, right? If you absolutely saying at the end of these 4 years, I know I'm not going to the NFL, but I get a jump start on my life with 0 student debt and $200,000, absolutely go do it. But if your hardcore goal is still the NFL, I would employ all of them to look at some of the guys that have left HBCU ranks for FBS teams, G5, P4, whatever, and how they have gotten lost on the depth chart. So I can name one of them. His name was General Hunt. Great lineman for FAMU. He went to the University of Illinois, and he has not touched the field since. But the coach raves about him in press conferences. Oh my God, he is amazing. He has not seen any active in-game snaps since he left. So what exactly is your goal? Think about that. Then make your decision.
Mickey Joseph made a good point.
Whoa, correction. From our producer, he played in the bowl game, so I stand corrected. He did get some snaps in the bowl game.
So Mickey Joseph made a point that you're not losing your backups. You're now losing starters. So you have to go replace those guys.
Yep.
Trey Oliver said that he didn't used to go in the portal. He would develop high school players, but when you have to replace so many players, you got to go in the portal. I understand. I'm also of the mindset that, and I'm gonna say it again, Spank exchange. You got to donate to your collectors because we sit here and we thump our chest. We talk about our school so much. Crook talking about his school in the white Air Force Ones. They keep wearing the white Air Force Ones. They ain't gonna beat FAMU for another 2 presidential administrations. But I digress. We have to understand that what used to be ain't no more. We have to invest in our players in a way that we never had before.
Yep.
So it may be, like I said, you might just not have to buy that slit smoke liquor this year to go ahead and take that money and put it towards
Did
your
this man
collection.
say slit?
Slits mouth liquor. Yes, he did. He said it.
Man, you could at least say cut water. The children don't know what slits malt liquor is.
One day I'm gonna tell y'all about a party. One day I'm gonna tell y'all about a party that happened in St. Pete that the store wouldn't let us buy no good beer. So we had to buy all the rock gut. So we had a garbage can full of Colt 45, slit smoke liquor. I don't think we had Old English, but I think that those are the main ones we had. Maybe Miller. I think we might have had Miller.
I know everybody stomach was rumbling.
I'm holding my great nephew who is not happy right now.
Well, I don't know if Marlo Mama around. Hopefully we ain't on speakerphone. If she is around, that party didn't happen. I'm gonna say it like that. But when you pull, you drink what you can. You drink what you can. Yeah, so that
but I don't think General Hunt was a grad student when he left though.
No, he wasn't. No, he's
I understand the grad students leaving. That makes sense. If you graduated in 3 years and you still got a year left or you got 2 years left, that makes sense. What his name? I can't think of his name. I think his name was he went to UCLA. He was a grad student. He was a grad. And there's a few more I can't think of. But yeah, those guys, it makes sense for them to leave. It's those undergrad guys leaving, and I'm like, hey, bro, what we doing? Like, what's your end goal?
But at the same time, what Troy just said though, like it starters that's leaving going into the transfer portal or going to these, P4, G6 schools right here. That means that you got to go ahead and start developing, like you said, developing them backups.
Yeah.
Getting them game reps, getting them playing reps because now, even though you're probably gonna get maybe about 25, 30, 30, say like years from the transfer portal. You're gonna go with the guys that actually know your program, that's been there for for a minute, and you got to rely on them. Like with me, I have to see when Jackson State, like our defensive line, we lost everybody on our defensive line. So now we depending on kids from the transfer portal and then guys that have been in this program for about maybe 1 or 2, 3 years. So I'm looking for a Stanley Crooks Goldmouth to make some impact for this season and some other players on the defensive line. Like, hey, what Marshall Falk said, he's not lying. He did not tell a lie. It's the dog whistle.
He only said part of the truth though.
He only said part of it, but it's that dog whistle from all our diehard HBCU fans. Like, we can keep our players here. Yeah, we can keep our players at our school. But if they want to they feel like they want to prove themselves on a bigger level, then by far let them go. Like Mr. Ford said,
you can't keep nobody that don't want to be killed. It don't matter what you do.
Like Mr. Ford said last night, we was talking about Isaiah Spencer, receiver from Jackson State. He did what he did for his 2 years He transferred to Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech did not have a great season last year. In comes James Franklin. He ain't one of James Franklin boys, so he decided to go to his original dream school, which is Ole Miss, where he should have. Yeah, Ole Miss, where he should have went in the first place. If you felt like you was that good, just go to the school outright.
Here's the news flash. He wasn't.
TP. So go ahead, Marlo.
These kids don't understand what being developed looks like. They think that they should come out of high school and play on the top tier level. There are very, very few athletes that can play D1 football as a starter. I'm gonna just keep it a buck.
Mm-hmm.
There are very few. And there's even fewer that can play D1 football as a starter and maintain their starting position. So if you enroll in a university as a freshman, maybe get redshirted. Like, you don't even hear that no more.
There's no more red shirts.
Nope, no more red shirt.
This shit is crazy. Like, you would get redshirted a year and still have 4 years of eligibility and be developed into an impact player. But they're like, even if you went to the pros back in the day, quarterbacks never started unless somebody got hurt. They never started their first 2 or 3 years in the league.
I mean, you know what? I want to say Tom Brady said that at some point, and everybody looked at him crazy. He said it. He was like, you would come in and you would sit behind a QB for 1-2 years, learn the system, grow. You know, you still have a difference in size, especially when you're looking at guys coming out of high school that's 150 pounds, feel like they're gonna go out there and run with the big boys in D1. Same thing when you're coming from college to the pros, you still got to develop and put on more size. So you get 2 years to make all of that happen and to learn the system, and then they put you out there. Now you got shit like, what was that? The Bryce Young situation in South Carolina.
In Carolina.
Carolina, zero development, hadn't put on no weight, still looked like he did when he came out of high school, and now y'all upset and bitching him. But he hasn't been developed.
Or I can give you an idea. I can give you another example when the Cowboys drafted Dak Prescott in the 4th round, and he's supposed to learn under Tony Romo, and then guess what? Tony Romo gets injured in the preseason game. Now you got to throw this 4th rounder into the fray, and then what happened?
Yep.
He kicked everybody's ass, and then the talk started coming up and said, okay, now Tony is healthy, we got to get him to play. Nah, this dude done took his spot. It's something that my boy Kobe always say. He said, I think his thing is, don't never let a freshman take your spot.
You know, one of the things that
I wouldn't even. My fault. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say one of the things that we need to do is we really do need to celebrate the players that do stay. Like, I'm a Quad Brown fan. I don't care what y'all say about Quad from here on out. You can't tell me shit bad about him from going forward. I'm a Quad Brown fan because he could have given up and packed it in. And I promise you, Alabama A&M would not be better for it if he would have packed it up and went home. He gives them a legit chance to compete for something.
At least he's not like a TJ Finley, man, just transferring school after school after school after school. And then
I want that man to go and get his welding certification.
and then
He got kids with an S. Kids with an S. And a wife.
And a wife. And then he
We're not gonna
realized
do that, man. It's a
I don't
whole
know,
Mormons.
but then
It's
he
whole Mormons
realized,
got 3-4 kids,
but,
man. Come
but,
on.
It's a what?
but
It's whole Mormons that got 3-4
but
kids.
They are
but
also at BYU. Nobody take them serious or their degrees.
but at BYU, you gotta. I mean, with them going on mission, they ain't transferring out. They
And
staying
I
there.
also, you know what? I fuck that. They should not get an additional year for going on mission. Go on your mission when your eligibility has been exhausted if you still want your program to be D1. If that is bigger than your program being D1, then go NAIA and see how far that gets you as a
And
university.
I mean, if you got to go that way, you go to the service academies.
And let's
But
be
they
clear.
don't. But they don't. They service don't start until after they done.
After they done. But the thing is, but what I was saying, like you was, before you said that they got kids and shit.
I wasn't lying.
I mean, you weren't lying. But with him, he just kept transferring school after school after school, and then he realized that, dude, you ain't that. You not that dude. And
But that's because he never stayed in one situation long enough to be, what is the key word we're using? Developed.
And the thing about it to me is his best season was when he was at Texas State. And then you decided to transfer. I mean, I understand, like I said, I understand the betting on yourself. But when you keep going to a school, learning a whole new system with a whole new coach and a whole new team and everything like that, and it's not the same as when you had that breakout season, it's time for you to give it up. And that's what he did. He gave it up. Like, dude, I am not that dude.
I'm gonna tell y'all the secret. I'm gonna give y'all the secret sauce to this. This is for the parents with kids that are going and inquiring about coaching and getting coached up by certain schools or send your kid to a coach that has a track record of developing men.
Yeah.
Because this football thing is not promised. If a coach cares more about your child getting an education and developing into a man, send your child to that school. If you are one of these delusional parents that think your child is going to be the next whoever in the league, you're doing your child a disservice.
Oh, hold on, hold on, Marlon. I hate to interrupt you. If that is true, we are not selling the brand, the experience, the development, and the winning. It is a reason that I don't talk about SWAC championships. I don't give two shits about your MEAC championships. I could care less about your SIAC championships. Your Black national championships is what matters. Because if you want to put gleam in a player's eyes, tell him you are going to be competing for a national championship at the end of this season. You ain't going to be able to do that at Vatech. They ain't never going to win. You ain't going to be able to do that at Miami. They ain't never going to win.
What I think they pointing out, Troy, and we're going to go back to the Queen Gray intro conference stuff. That is what he's talking about. You have kids that are going to go to a Vatech or a Miami HOA, not because it is winning, but because they have nice stuff. Because we live in an era of social media, Instagram likes, and TikToks.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be able to say, look at what my facility look like. Look at what these are football only facilities. Have you played a snap? No, you have not. But you got nice football only facilities. That is what they're talking about. And quality of life, I think that can be arbitrary, right? That could be some of anything. Personally, I don't think you're gonna have a better quality of life going to school in Oxford, Mississippi. It's fucking Oxford, Mississippi.
You know what?
The
Quinn
crazy
Gray.
the crazy thing about that is they talk about the football facilities, but where else can you get an education other than the one you can get on the highest of 7 years in Tallahassee?
Or
Yeah,
just in
but
in
Marlo,
any
you said it
HBCU.
before. They don't. Their parents not even thinking about that. They're thinking about. I fully believe that this kid can make it to the league. So you need to go to Vartech because they put people in the league. No, they really don't. And the people
They
that they
don't.
put in the league don't stay long. But the perception of, hey, they go here and this can get you in the league is what's having them make these decisions. Your mama and your daddy not gonna help you pick a coach that is building men when they are not good men themselves or women for that matter.
It was
The
something that
crazy
I
part
heard.
about it. Go ahead, though.
I'm sorry, but it was something that I heard that Coach Trey Oliver said earlier today for media day. He said that most of these kids ain't gonna go to the league, but I'm gonna prepare them to be young men when they leave from when they leave out this football field and from this university. For somebody to
Absolutely.
have a degree, we gonna teach you life. You know what I'm saying? We gonna teach you life skills. If you don't know how to cook, hell, we gonna teach you how to cook. You don't know how to change the tire, hell, we gonna teach you how to change the tire. We gonna teach you life skills that's going to prepare you for the next level. If you don't make it to somebody's league, but we gonna make sure
I had
that you're not gonna fall to the wayside.
I
And
had
that's
four
what
coaches say the exact same thing you just said at media day. At least four said that.
Because it is life after football.
yeah.
It definitely is.
And
And they get it.
life after football comes way faster than a lot of them dudes think about. 4 years go by in a blink.
And if you
Oh, you
think
know what?
about it,
Hold on. On top of that, we just started the show having a debate about a first round draft pick from an HBCU who played in the NFL. That's got to be part of our story. Now, I don't mean to be the dead horse, but I got to. We don't need no plan to know what needs to be done. We know we got to improve the field house. And in a little bit, we're going to hear from Coach Gray about improving the field house. Other institutions, whatever your projects need to be, same thing. Donate to those projects. We know what needs to be done. We don't need nobody to give us a plan. Donate to where the need is great. And the need is great in two places: facilities and players. You got your foundation, you got your rattlers and arms, your boosters, and you got your fang exchange for the players. It is real simple. Now, your institutions may have varying degrees of this,
And the
whether it's
220
14,
club. And the 220 club.
220 club. Your institutions may have varying degrees of this, but it's basically the same thing. You know what a need is. You know what you got to do to donate to take care of that need. Jackson State has done a very good job when it comes to NIL and players, but we got to stop making NIL a dirty word. It's got to stop being a dirty word.
it's
Big
a
booty
dog.
girl is no longer a dirty word.
It's a dog
NIL is
whistle
not a
word.
dirty word.
It
It's
is
a dog.
definitely a dog whistle word.
It's a
dog
dog whistle word
word.
because we allow the enemy to make that a whistle. They use our kids, our black kids, to demonize them getting paid value for something they were getting for free forever. I'm going to keep saying it. Peter Warwick jersey sold for $100,000 one Saturday. He got nothing.
I mean, but again, and you know what? I'm happy that Crook bought up Northwestern. They the reasons for all of this shit, and the team is trash.
Absolutely.
Northwestern is the school and the team that sued the NCAA and got NIL put in place, and they ain't won shit. They ain't won a fuck thing. You want to know what you go to Northwestern for? Kellogg School of Business. That's why you go to Northwestern.
But it's the thing too. If it wasn't for Ed O'Bannon, none of this shit would have happened.
Exactly. Exactly.
We got to get back to developing players. That's and the parents have to be partners with these coaching staffs. If you send your child to get an education and get coached up by a man developing coach, leave your child there.
And when they call
Don't
you complain and tell them to shut up.
tell them to shut up. It's just they gotta be steadfast in their own development. Because if you move too fast, you move yourself out of position.
Yep.
And I'm willing to bet that FAMU football players have more Super Bowl rings than a lot of these D1 schools out there.
Woo. Hey, listen, we're gonna take a
It's
quick
a lot
break.
of-
Hey, quick break, y'all.
We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna get into some ESPN stuff, but we'll be right back.
Or what are some of the needs that you have to accomplish a lot of those goals?
Just to be completely transparent, man. We have a lot of the things that we need. We don't have everything we need, but at the end of the day, we've never cried over spilled milk because we've always needed things and we still were able to accomplish things that we needed to accomplish. But at the end of the day, with the way college football is heading and the ever changing landscape of college football, there's just things that we are necessities. You know what I mean? And the building that we're in is over 40 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And with that, you're talking about not continuing to put lipstick on the pig. You know what I mean? So we are in bad need of a field house, and that's just the bottom line. Me being totally transparent, because what's happening is, scheduling and doing things that we need to do, as in lifting weights at a certain time. We got to make concessions because our weight room ain't big enough for our entire team to be in. You know what I mean? So there's different things and concessions that we have to make just because of that fact, right? So for us, just to get some improvements in that area of the field house, some expansion or some rebuilding, when it comes down to it, would be tremendous, right? I see all the things on social media about indoor facility and all that good stuff, and that's great if we can get that. But the real need right now truly is a building that allows us to have meeting rooms and coaches' offices and things of that magnitude, and a training center that allows our guys to rehab the way that they need to and things of that magnitude. And right now we lack that because the way college football is today, it allows us to have more coaches, more support staff, and things like that, and we just don't have the space for the people that we have in our building to house them. You know what I mean? So for us, being able to accomplish that and get that part of it done would be tremendous in moving FAMU football.
Hey, that interview. So first off, shout out to Marlo. Marlo was pulling some info out of people at Media Day. So shout out to Marlo. It was fun to not just put it all on Marlo. It was fun to be on the other side of the camera and to see Marlo work and to watch what he pulled out of Coach Gray, out of Andrew Body. Listen, I don't care what nobody say. We had the best interview with Quad Brown out of anybody. So shout out to Marlo. I got to give him his flowers. But listen, I got a question for everybody, right? Have you ever been fired? Did you get fired?
I mean, fired because I absolutely did it and deserved it, or
well, it's not the reason behind the firing, but when did you get
But
fired?
have you ever been fired?
I got laid off while I was at work. So yeah.
Yeah, you say that.
Yeah, I got laid. I was in my office at work, got laid off.
If you fire me in the middle of my shift while I'm giving a presentation, and then I gotta see you in 2 days, please understand when you come out to the parking lot of the venue, you ain't gonna have 3 types.
Shit, I'm taking that shit off while the camera's still rolling. Fuck you mean?
You're not having all the types.
What movie was that? That dude stripped down naked while he was at work. That's like, hey, you can't do that. This shit, that would have been me. Oh, bet.
Ryan Clark is a better man than me.
Me too.
Apparently,
See,
those Kappa men are very different because Troy.
This is the perfect example of putting yourself in position to not be job scared. Ryan Clark makes way more money on the pivot than he does at ESPN.
But Marlo, they gotta see him too. That you
They
can't
do.
fire me
And
gotta see me. No.
Ryan Clark was doing that job because he loved to do it.
Yeah,
that is fine, Marlo.
Period. It wasn't because he needed the money.
We are listening to good Christian Marlo. I'm
I'm
I'm just
on
telling you
Marlo's
how
side with it. Like it makes
I'm
sense.
just
Like
telling you
he's
how I
not in the
see it.
same position as Cam Newton with 12 kids and 72 cents in the bank.
He not, and he
Listen,
he played in the league for 13 years. He has retirement from that.
I did a DNA test in the parking lot of Bob Evans. We got to stop judging people on their kid situation.
No.
I ain't got nowhere else.
No. We are judging that man with a cutout top, with the cutout part of his hat because of how he conduct himself. It is not the 13 kids that's the problem. It is his opinion around other shit that is the problem. No, we ain't doing that.
Well, at least I'm gonna tell you like this. It's so crazy because you gotta realize too, he just when they was gonna fire him today. They was gonna fire him today because of course he's gonna be at MEAC Media Day, him and the crew. But because the news had got out so quick and it started circulating yesterday, they told him while he was on air.
And I guarantee you that motherfucker that he hurt, who feelings he hurt last year, is the reason why it got leaked. If you fire people, you got to fire the leak too.
Well, here's the thing too. Some people was like, well, he disrespected Peter Schrager. And I'm like, how did he disrespect him? He called him a non-football playing dude. Because he never
he
played
was a non-football playing
and
dude.
He ain't lied. He's not a football playing dude. You are a
talking head.
The reason why he even signed an additional contract to stay with ESPN because they allow him to continue to do the pivot. He told them before, if y'all gave me a choice whether I had to stop doing my show and only work for ESPN, no thank you. They said, okay, we'll allow you to continue to have your own platform and work here as an analyst. And he did.
So
but that shouldn't have been a problem. If Tom Brady can be an analyst and a team owner, then Ryan Clark can have a podcast and be an analyst.
But I don't think it was that.
How in the fuck did Pat McAfee get a raise and everybody else got fired?
Well, let's talk about that, right? First off, the only reason we know Pat McAfee exists is because of Aaron Rodgers. True. Aaron Rodgers used to pop on his show and get it popping. He would say some wild shit. The numbers would go crazy. And then essentially what Pat McAfee would do is what we do. Pat McAfee is the bad boy, but he's not as bad as us. He's not doing cartwheels and saying motherfucker all the time like we are. But he is essentially...
the FCC will find him. If they would let him say motherfucker,
he cussed on his...
he cussed on the show.
Hold on. They bleep it out. But he not us. He not us. But anyway, so Pat McAfee benefited from a quarterback that everybody wanted to know what this idiot thought. First off, everybody from Cal is not a thinker. I just want to make sure we get that across. Because just because you get inducted into an elite institution, sometimes you're a dumbass. And I don't care what nobody say. just because he went to Cal, don't make him smart, and he is a dumbass.
See,
But
no, we gonna step in it because we just raved about Jaylen Brown and Beast Mode being from Cal. So
I said
Jay
everybody,
is
not
so
Cal
he's not
too.
one of them.
is Aaron Rodgers the DEI?
Yes,
Oh, okay, there we go.
yes, it's a reason why his ass fell so far in the draft because he is a dumbass. But I digress.
I know
So,
he failed that Wonder League test.
Yeah, that white guy had another white guy prop up his numbers and made his show popping. Now he doing WrestleMania. He everywhere. It is marketing genius what Pat McAfee did. Don't take nothing away from it.
I mean,
If the WWE will let me slap the shit out somebody, we'll be on ESPN too.
But I say it's
Well,
not
can
like
we
that.
hire the village idiot to prop us up?
But it's not like he had to leave ESPN to go to WWE because the WWE is owned by TKO Sports, who actually has a partnership with ESPN. So it's not like he went. But here's the thing: when you got to pay somebody like him $60 million annually, plus you paying Stephen A. Smith X amount of money,
Another dumbass.
those are your two top highest paying guys at that network. Of course, it's gonna come with some cuts because you gotta pay them.
It's impossible for them to pay him $60 million annually.
No, it's not.
$60 million annually.
Do you know how many people they got rid of? They got it
So
now.
I mean, they could have fired Rebecca Lobo. That would have rounded out the list and made it better.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, $60 million annually. That doesn't make business sense. Not to do what he does.
It does when you don't have any other personalities. Look what Fox did.
Right,
Fox trimmed down their lineup. Trim down their lineup to make it economical and to keep themselves from getting sued. But that's another thing. That's something Fox just do. They just get sued because they keep letting people do dumb shit. But again, do not judge me if you see me on Monday Night Raw running down a goddamn stage with a damn chair in my hand. Don't judge me. I'm doing it for the podcast.
Don't judge me either. If Jade Cargill had me in the leg lock, mind your business.
Oh my God.
I have to fight Brandon Phillips on that. Get your ass out the way, little man.
That's fine. We can fight. I got a list of can her husband fight.
Hey Jamal, you see them? You see what I put in the group chat?
Side note: did you see Shawty's 48-year-old pictures? Damn, what her mama look like. Can her man fight?
Oh yeah, by Sydney Carter. I gotta bring back She Be Hooping, but me and Troy talked about it, but backstage. Coach Vickers is probably a half a recruiting class away from really throwing hands in the SEC. They had a real good season last season. They made the field. I see good things. He didn't have anybody jump in the portal. I got to see if he pulled anybody out of the portal and what he got coming in out in the freshman ranks. But I like that move. Coach Carter is making her rounds and making her way up to head coach status. She ain't there yet, but once she get there, look out.
Hey, EA.
Hey, here
EA.
I got. My
No, I was just gonna say EA. I just know it don't matter at this point. The Sigma Gamma Rho's are in town, and my wife has already pointed out that my ex is in town. So a mask in any situation ain't gonna help me. I'm just know that I'm spending a lot of quality time at home this week.
Hey, so somebody put on Twitter today, just now, earlier, he said, "This is how you fix ESPN. Number one, fire Stephen A. Smith. Number two, hire more black people who know sports. Number three, make all coverage of sports equal. You don't need 3 segments apiece across 4 different shows about the Cowboys, LeBron, or Stephen A. Yelling. Well, we're going to take out the Cowboys because...
Hey, you can't be biased. You cannot be biased.
Number 4, sell the WWE streaming rights back to Comcast. Number 5.
No.
Number 5, stop showing the same teams in every sport all the time. We don't need 47 games of the fucking Lakers out of an 82 game schedule. Number 6, don't touch college football coverage. Leave it alone. All right. Number 7, hire Stephen A. Smith just to fire him again. Number 8, fire Paul Feinbaum or however you spell his name. Number 9, fix the streaming quality of the ESPN app and stop charging people $30 for some mid-ass quality shows. Plus, make ESPN Plus worth it. We always talk about that. Number 10, the most important one, cover any team but the Cowboys, whatever. They ain't winning the Super Bowl, whatever. You're biased. But anyway, and then my man Pop Light said number 11, fire Malika Andrews.
Ooh, well, damn.
Wow. So oh man.
I mean, I will say this. I agree for the most part. So I would like to think that we all kind of had the golden era of ESPN. You had ESPN Classic, you had ESPNU, you had ESPN News, where they would just continuously update with what's going on, and then you still had all your shows. Pardon the interruption. Shit, what was that show? You had the Bike in the morning show. You had all of these shows, but they never really talked about the same thing, and you got your full cycle of sports every single day. So if ESPN can some kind of way right this ship and go back to that level of attention, then
They'll
let's do
never
that.
be.
I do like that they do cover women's sports more, but again, like he said, it'd be 85,000 Laker games on. Please, let's watch something else.
Here's the other thing.
They'll never be able to write this shit. Not paying one entertainer $60 million a year.
We forget about Rich Eisen.
Rich Eisen got out of that place as he knew what the writing was on the wall.
And then they bought the NFL Network and brought him back against his will, kicking and screaming. And listen, if y'all think Rich Eisen ain't making dollars, Rich Eisen making big dollars.
Rich Eisen ain't stupid.
I'm throwing out a number, and I might be a little off, but he got to be in the ballpark of 30 million.
Yeah,
because national radio ain't cheap.
He's probably close to 40, 45, but yeah.
So, they're firing Charles Davis, who covers a lot of NFL everything. Why fire him? Somebody said they need to fire Kendrick Perkins. KP ain't worried about nothing, shoot. Because he covers the NBA. I mean, the only thing that's wilder is his takes. That's all it is. But in this day and age right now, wild takes get you paid.
Hey, correction on Rich Eisen is $5 million a year, but he is worth 25 to 40 million.
Okay. Now I'm gonna say this, Doc. I'm gonna say this, right? We need to acknowledge the fact that Disney got into a little trouble with them people that's lighter than us. And so they are making sure that the NFL knows that they are with them and they don't have to have culture wars over Disney. So they're doing that through ESPN. Disney is still Disney. They radical. They gonna have their pride and all that. But ESPN, they want to make sure that they know, hey, Stephen A. Smith is almost like y'all. He's saying the things that he probably shouldn't say as a black man, and the white people like him.
He don't like him.
But the white people do. And we are whitewashing the rest of our shows so it's more palatable for your conservative audiences.
No, it's conservative shit. Conservatives watch sports. They cheer just like us. You
can't. No, but conservatives like to. We have talked about it on this show. Sports and athletes are political.
Yeah.
The sheer fact that you have a black man in any uniform that is making $100 million a year to play anything is going to make this political. What Lily Whites like to do is try to remove they try to remove important aspects from athletes and sports because it makes them uncomfortable. We're looking at it with Ryan Clark. I argued all last week up and down the timeline with goddamn corn eaters over Caitlin Clark because they either want to remove the racism when it makes them feel bad or they want to add it when it supports their narrative.
Yeah.
So ESPN is on this trajectory and almost complete with just becoming Fox News with a goddamn football. That's just what it is.
I mean, and to be honest, they ain't, ESPN ain't finished with none of the. They ain't finished with all these layoffs just yet, and it's gonna be some more names that's gonna come down the pipeline that you're gonna be like, damn, that's messed up. But the thing about it, when I'm looking at it too, when I reading all this stuff on Twitter, is that all these maggots and races are coming out of the woodwork saying that it's good that he got fired. We don't need to put up with him trying to bring all this black kumbaya shit. It could all be about sports. What? One man got your nuts tucked up in a bunch because he felt like that he had to say something about certain things that's political. Sports and politics go together. Point blank. And if you don't like sports, I mean, if you don't like sports being in politics and sports, oh well.
Don't watch.
You go watch HGTV.
It was never shut up and dribble, but man, the list of names that ESPN is letting go is crazy, and it's only gonna get longer. Cam being let go, that wasn't a military secret. I mean,
but it's not like. But see, here's the thing: it's not like Cam and Ryan Clark ain't got shit behind them because they got their own platform and they can control their own narrative. I bet you right now, when the pivot comes back on, when they come back on, the main topic is going to be Ryan Clark, you got fired. How do you feel about you getting let go, especially in the middle of a goddamn taping?
No. Again, like I started this segment saying, it ain't no how you know. How do you feel about getting fired and then them bitches playing in your face 2 days later? That's the conversation.
And then you got to show up, and the ESPN is showing up because they hosting. They got the coverage of the media day, and you still got to come up in here and show face.
I'm showing up and putting my feet on the table. Fuck what you heard.
I know that ESPN truck is a contracted truck. That is a contracted organization. I'm pretty sure the ESPN main truck didn't pull out because we seen ESPN do this. They hire contractors for events like this. But the contractors, I'm sorry, they shit would have been on blocks. I apologize later. This for ESPN. You ain't finna fire me and shoot back up like everything cool.
All 8 of them hoes would have been on flats.
ESPN is they're positioning themselves to make themselves look bigger, too big to fail. And the problem with that is you have people in this space like Byron Allen, who has his own network, and you have countless African American sportscasters that are now not with that network. All Byron Allen has to say is, "Do y'all want to create y'all own sports show?"
Yeah.
I mean, and the same thing with Amazon.
Netflix.
Amazon is coming.
Right. Netflix already is started. Hell, I just realized Netflix got whole podcasts on their shit now.
They do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So ESPN is playing a game that they could very
They
well
might not be able to
lose.
win.
But I also understand why, because for a very long time ESPN was the 500-pound gorilla.
Yeah, but
They
But we
monopolize on
built that
sports.
gorilla. That's the
Yeah,
issue.
they
We
monopolize.
did build that gorilla, but and now they feel like, hey, what? And ESPN is telling us, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
They monopolize on sports television. That's what
on
they did.
television. But streaming, most people get their television through streaming now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
if Amazon can get one of them conferences to go for that 360 deal, if Amazon made their deal a little
Amazon
bit better,
give out better deals though.
if they make that deal a little bit better, and they get a Group of 5 conference, if they get a Conference USA or AAC, ESPN in trouble.
Yep.
They in trouble.
They can come call the SWAC if they want to.
Long as you let us keep our stuff, we good.
Oh, no,
but that's what I mean by Amazon typically gives out better deals, because they'll let you keep your shit and they'll be like, hey, how about we put your shit on our shit and now you see more people and we both gonna make money. Like, you don't have to completely cut out people's shit to monopolize all of the intellectual property, ESPN.
They monopolized it, and then you got NBC Sports, you got Fox Sports, you got you got countless sports networks right now. And ESPN is trying to keep its head afloat to stay number one amongst everybody. Now you got competition.
Hey, listen, I'm just gonna tell the truth. ESPN having to pay $50 million a season to the SEC, 60 to 1 personality, another 30 to 50 to another.
That part real thin. They ain't even know.
And you gotta pay the Big Ten too.
That ain't even no.
That ain't ESPN. ESPN ain't gotta pay them. Remember, Fox, CBS,
that's Fox News got to pay them. Fox got to pay them.
CBS got to pay the Big Ten.
Hey, ESPN ain't even got no pie right now. They got a tart trying to slice that bad boy up to pay people.
Then they still, as far as with the college football playoffs, that's they baby right there.
Listen, somebody you can't, and I'm the main one that's saying the revenue can keep going up. It can keep going up. It just will end up being, if you ain't old enough to remember My Bell, this would be a My Bell situation. This shit finna break up into a million bunch of different pieces. The revenue's still gonna go up, but it just ain't gonna be with one company. Because you ain't gonna continuously be able to keep growing revenue over and over again.
They already running out. They already running out of it though. That's the reason why it's like he said, you charging people $30 a month, and then they have to pay the add-on for ESPN Plus. You have already nickel and dimed us out. You don't have any more places to pull this money from.
Right.
Unless you go up on your ad space. And I'll watch the commercials. I'm skipping them bad boys every chance I get.
And if I have to get up another Sunday morning and see pickleball and slippery stairs on a network that I pay for, I know something.
See, that's when Sunday mornings is when you used to watch the sports reporters.
Yep.
We ain't even got no more.
I remember every Sunday FSN Sports Network, the Billy Joe Show, the Billy Donovan Show, the Bobby Bowden Show. Everybody had a show.
And what's the other? Hey, Marlo, what's the other one? Outside the Lines. Used to come on Sunday
Outside the
morning.
lines.
That was what
Then
I was
Sports
trying to think of
reporters.
earlier.
Like we don't have those type of shows anymore on ESPN because why? They trying to keep up with the Joneses.
But I mean, if you just be you, like they had a really good product before we got to this point. It was a really good product. I used to watch. We had Dish Network, and ESPN was channel. It was channel 142. That was ESPN News. My TV did not move off ESPN News until after PTI came on, because I would watch PTI every single day when I got out of school. And once
I used to
PTI
watch.
went on, I listen. I love
I used to
PTI.
watch. What was the It was Bomani.
Around the
It was
horn.
Around the horn.
horn. PTI, Bomani, and them. Dan Lebatard. I used to watch all that stuff. Now you don't even see it no more.
You don't see it. So, and I think that's when my disconnect with ESPN started. Was once they phased out ESPN News. They dropped. They changed the slot time for PTI, so I couldn't watch that no more. Around the Horn was gone. The Mike in the Morning Show was gone. Like, so I'm
Yeah,
like, okay,
because
what
Mike
am I
Golick,
watching this
what was
now?
that? Mike Greenberg, Mike Golick left.
Yep,
Mike Greenberg.
Mike Greenberg. What am I watching this for? Then you get rid of ESPNU, so I can't watch college sports like that no more. They stopped.
You
They
get rid.
started showing the same Celtics Lakers game on ESPN Classic. So what am I watching this for? What am I doing?
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna recap a couple things and then we're gonna get up out of here.
A new tradition begins. The Birmingham Football Classic at Legion Field. The Southern Jaguars versus the Alabama State Hornets, Saturday, August 29th. Two elite programs bringing the hits, the bands, and the culture. Watch two former NFL players turn head coaches go head-to-head on the biggest stage. Tickets start at $27. Visit ImpactTickets.com for more information. Don't wait. Get yours now.
Hey man, let's just hope lyrically Marshall Folk ain't Mike Vick. But so for all the Rattler faithful that like baseball, the end of this month, that team my daddy raised, that team that people swear that I hate, they're gonna have Rattler night and they're gonna have a lovely hoodie for Rattler night. Be there, get your hoodie, get up out of there.
What is
I
it?
want to know what they got against size adults.
What is this?
The 31st.
Because I look at the hoodie size and they ain't got my hoodie size. Why?
I would complain about them not having my size, but here's the thing: when I bring it home, it ain't gonna be mine long anyway.
She can't wear that size neither. So I can't even be like, here you go, got you a hoodie. Leave mine alone.
Listen, that blonde haired lady is well endowed. That's why all my hoodies are stretched out.
Wow. That is TMI.
Hey, it's what happens when you like them thick.
I never denied. I never denied that. Never denied. Hey, listen. Again, I want to implore everybody. I know I say Fang Exchange all the time. Whatever your collective is, donate to your collectives. Conversations that we have surrounding players leaving NIL and transfer portal. Listen, we ain't going to be able to keep everybody. But at least give your coaches a fighting chance. Give them a stick to fight with. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying that I'm wrong. I'm just saying give the coach some tools to fight with. We can be mad about the state of college sports later, but at least your coach know that, hey, you took a case of your tailgate bill money and gave it to the squad so he can get him a couple players. That's all you can ask of a fan.
You don't miss the money anyway. I swear you don't miss the money. I promise you don't.
Don't ask what your school can do for you. Ask why your coaches wear white Air Force Ones at media day. That's what you got to do.
Wow.
Kurt started it.
That's crazy.
That's why he had black Air Force Ones on though too.
Hey, listen. Crook said they was different, and they was wearing white Air Force Ones, so you know it is what it is. Again, your school stars, celebrate them while they're here, because you might not get the opportunity to celebrate them. I just know me. I'm a huge Tony Ezel fan. And I'm gonna scream Tony Ezel till the cows come home, and I'm trying to get that interview as well. We're still gonna work on Mr. Lawrence. So should we get that interview, I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows that that's a live interview. Like and subscribe to the podcast. Share it with your friends, especially share it with your seasoned rattlers. I want them to know that I'm spreading the good news.
Hey, tell them we cuss before y'all send them that link, though.
Well, I have a seasoned rattler card who is a alumni president. And when I met him cussing. So
I already know what's up.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, and I always have a good time chopping it up with the seasoned alumni. It's always good. I especially like the fact that I don't like to always be right. I like to hear their opinion. And they give me a very different opinion on the whole competition thing. And I like to hear their viewpoint. So also, they tell me about the good old days. And I tell them about the good old days. And then they ask me, when did I graduate? And I tell them I graduated across Gain Street, and it'd be a little awkward for a minute. And then we'd be all good. Anything I miss before we get up out of here?
Yeah.
What I miss, Marlo?
Fuck that school in Daytona.
Hey, and they M&R Blazers they had on their media day.
Hey, matter of fact, before we get out of here, shout out to the mayor of Daytona. Took to social media and said, yeah, I gave that school in Daytona money. No, it wasn't tax dollar money. It was the COVID money that was designated for communities that were affected by COVID. So he gave that school in Daytona Bethune-Cookman money. So shout out to him. His name is Derek Henry. Shout out to him for going on social media and getting it straight. Somebody got to stand up for that school in Daytona, because if you let Marlo stand up for them, all their stuff would be orange or green.
Well, the winner of the war gets to write the story. Win.
They better pray I don't hit this mega.
Boy, look at him.
Because I'm buying everything up around there and painting it orange and green.
Florida A&M University Daytona campus.
Doc, what you got for us? What you got for us tomorrow?
Well, I really ain't got too much tomorrow, except for I got a doctor's appointment in the morning.
Health as well.
Yeah, they supposed to be doing like I said, they're supposed to be doing an ultrasound on my kidneys tomorrow. Try to see what's up with we'll see what's up with my kidneys. Then Thursday I have a sleep study to go to in the morning, and then I got to go to work on both days, so I'll be at work late tomorrow and Thursday. But Friday we'll be back on Friday night, and I want to still continue to talk about this, the Ryan Clark, backlash. Talk more about MEAC Media Day, and who's to come out of the MEAC. Got a little bit of trash talk between Coach Oliver and DJ earlier. Other than that, we'll be back on for HBCU Saturday night again because we got 5 weeks left until the football season comes around. And also, other than that, that's pretty much about it, man. I really ain't got too much to do or too much to say. But I just say it's hot as hell here in Dallas, in Texas. It was 105 degrees today. All the folks that stand on the coast, man, y'all be mindful and be for real about the warnings if anything happens with the weather and stuff like that. But as always, be blessed and be safe. Hug your loved ones and love on your loved ones. Crash out on them kids. Get you a belt and beat their ass out the penitentiary. And fuck that school in Baton Rouge. Be easy.
Man, Jamal, what you got for us, man? What you got for us?
Man, I hadn't worked in a week. I hadn't went to nail building in a week. I gotta go in the morning though, so to be my first day at my new site. I am in Jacksonville now. Still looking for a house. I either like the neighborhood and hate the house, or like the house and hate the neighborhood. Don't ask me why I was over on the north side looking at houses today. Don't ask me why I was there. But anyway, never again. I'm still mad about that one. But I honestly don't have nothing, y'all. I've been good. I ain't show out today. I still want everybody to take care of their mental health. Take breaks. Use your PTO. Go ahead and listen. I don't be having nothing. By the time we get to the end of the year, sometimes I have like 0.2 minutes left. That's it. I don't be having nothing. I use my time. But also, thing that I learned, always sign up for that temporary disability on your benefits and go ahead and have your doctor fill out you some accommodation paperwork for when they really have you pissed the fuck off. And that's what I got for today. As always, crash the fuck out and people have you fucked up. Punch Nazis and fuck Donald Trump and that school in Daytona. I am Lord Jamal.
Marlo, sir, what you got for us, man?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna need our people to take a step back. And I say that because I feel like we expend more energy when something happens to someone that we see on TV or a celebrity, and we overreact more than they do. I think we should mimic their energy. If he seemed unbothered and unwavering about the situation, we don't have to get up in arms about how they let him go or how it's portrayed. But that's not our pill to carry. But what we can do is support that person if they go to their own platform or another network. Like it's the ESPN don't pay us. A lot of these other networks don't pay us. So our support should be earned. And if they are displaying that they are not concerned or garnishing of our support, then we don't support them. It's just as simple as that. I think we support them and their entities more than we do our HBCUs. So I think we need to refocus our energy and get away from this. I don't even want to. I ain't gonna say what I want. I think we just need to get away from this mindset that we got to be madder than the person it happened to. And I was just been thinking about that all day. Like you see some of the posts that it's people really mad. And this man handled the situation with grace and humility and moving on because he gonna be all right. Like he's operating from a place of total self-awareness. He is straight. He ain't worried about none of this. So I don't think we should either. So we're giving ESPN more numbers in the algorithm. I continue to talk about it. I think the bigger conversation is how they give one celebrity on their network 60 million, but the SWAC only gets half of that, not even half of that for the whole year, the split between 16 teams. Like, well, 16 schools, not teams. I don't know. It's just stuff that be on my mind. So that's all I got. Fuck that school in Daytona, as always, and continue to be great inside yourself. That's my time.
Marlo came out swinging. I'm gonna keep mine simple. Mine real simple. I'm blessed to be in Rattler Nation. If I'm looking to contact a great player, Rattler Nation, specifically EA, say, hey, I got you. Let me put you in contact. And EA ain't the first person, but it's an example of being in Rattler Nation, being a Noel in Rattler Nation. If you do the work, Rattler Nation will help you do the work. It ain't hard being a Noel in Rattler Nation. It's really not. Do a good job, and Rattler Nation will love you for it. Don't show up to work, lose the good people money, you're going to have a problem. And that's the way it should be. I wish more fan bases raise hell when it need to be raised hell. I'll put that to the side. We'll put that to the side right now because it's a feel-good show. It's a feel-good show. And I want everybody to feel good. And with that being said, for those that know me, I'm a Seminole. And I am not one of those, I'm going to be very even keel about the season. And no, I'm not. I told y'all, I don't like my coach. I never have. I ain't like him from day one. But what I'm not going to do is root against him. I'm not rooting against the university. It is July. And normally I try to wait till the end of the month and tell y'all nose by team. But because my fan base, my fellow alums are suffering from PTSD of loser Norval, that I got to tell y'all every day nose by team. And y'all believe in it. And that's all we need is belief. You see what happened last year when we played Alabama? I kept saying nose by 10. Marlo had to deal with me in a press box all game long because I was right.
David Koresh.
Did you just say David Koresh?
He absolutely did.
It is nose by 10.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Until it ain't nose by 10. I don't care what the recruiting say. I don't care what the other coach say. It ain't no Bears in the ACC. Ain't nobody in the ACC won nothing. Ain't nobody scared of nothing. You got a coach over there that won a bunch of Super Bowls and then got ran out of his stadiums by nobody's. It is no little baby is nose by 10.
You talking about the one that's getting ordered around by a studio girlfriend?
That one.
Jesus.
It ain't no Bears out there.
My fault. I don't even think she 30.
So it's nose by 10.
Oh,
forever.
shit.
That being said,
Don't y'all drink that Kool-Aid.
I want to thank everybody for coming out again. Tell a friend and tell a friend, like and subscribe. Shout out to Keith from Fangs Up Podcast. Great production work. Man,
Yes, sir.
I've said this a million times. Going to Sweat Media Day, I realized that we need to make a change. We need to be more professional. Still be us, but be more professional. So Keith has helped us do that, and we're gonna try and wrestle him and see if we can keep him on going forward.
We gonna try to make it. We gonna try to make it more so like herding sheep instead of herding cats.
Yep.
So,
and the only reason why I'm not looking on Jacksonville beats is because that is too far from my job.
Can I get a producer for my stuff? Hey man, I be doing everything by myself, dog.
What the better question is was it on the north side by the Silver Fox? That's the question.
No. I was like, I ain't even finna tell you where I'm not gonna say where I was at in public. I'll tell you.
Well, for everybody here at Fat Mouth Sports, Keith from Fangs Up Podcast, Dot Holiday from HBCU Overdrive, myself, Lord Jamal, we are out. Thank y'all for coming. Go ahead,
y'all on Thursday.
And fuck that school in Daytona. With handcuffs on and super glue on the lips.
We out, y'all.